here to talk about the University for Life Coach training. If you're new to my world, I am a master certified coach. I have been training coaches for now over 13 years. So most of my career, I have been training coaches. I am the author of 2 books, a book called Bear and a book called Create Your Own Luck. I'm also the creator of the University for Life Coach training. I've also been married for 27 years and I have 2 grown kids, ages 20 and 22, although grown is debatable. I'm also obsessed with many things, but mostly helping you create what you crave. This is the Hyatt Riot. This is a little bit about my family. Oh, we have to update this and get pictures of Mork the Beagle. I just adopted a rescue beagle named Mork about a month ago, and he is a delight. This is just a little bit more about me. I have been in Oprah Magazine. I have a YouTube show called Go Time TV. I'm TEDx Talk. I've been on the Hallmark Home and Family Show. This is just a little bit of some of the things that you can do with a life coaching career that I think is important to see. I want to invite you to close all your tabs, silence your phone, and just give yourself the time and space to learn here and be in the moment. Like I mentioned, I'm a veteran training coaches, and I have a question, and I'm going to go and check the chat, but I want to know, are you a coach or do you want to become a life coach? Let's see what we have here. Hi from Park City. Kelly says she's curious about being a coach. Hi, Donnie in Ohio. Hi, Joy. Joy says, I showed up today because I desire to learn what it really means to be a high quality and highly profitable coach. What's the work? What's the commitment? All the things. Excellent. Melanie's curious about coaching. Okay. Lots of curiosity about being a coach. Tammy says, everything. I like your style. Hi, May from Arizona. So May is a DEI facilitator. Hello. And you're here because you work with and for Mo Carrick. And I wanted to get certified to be a coach with a DEI focus. I know about you, May. And Mo Carrick, of course, is on our faculty, and she will be leading some of the DEI discussions. Lois is not a coach, but has a dream to coach young girls. Melanie says, I feel too old at 66. Melanie, I will give you the longer smackdown later. But my short answer is, no, you're not. I mean, think about how many years you have left on this planet and how you want to spend those. And I was joking in a broadcast earlier this week that I have mentally planned my 100th birthday party. I plan to be here a while. Therefore, we have lots to do and plenty of time to do it. Tracy is a therapist and wants to transition to becoming a coach. Okay. I want to be an addiction coach. Amazing work. Sherry says, I'm also curious and have had a struggle with finding my own way, and I want to help others. Well, one of the beautiful things about life coach training for sure is that I know when I went through life coach training, and every coach I have talked to about this, that it's such amazing personal development. And then you become so full of just joy about what it is you've learned and how it's helped your own life, that it spills over into wanting to help others. And so it's a beautiful profession in that way. Sonia, you were a brilliant coach. Sonia says, I was a coach and I'm sort of thinking about it again. I can hear your humor through those words. I personally think it's the best profession on the planet. And I think that what the university brings to the table is very different. And I'll go through that. Hi, Cindy from Wisconsin. Shannon says, I've been curious about life coaching for the past 3 years. I don't quite yet have the financial circumstances to invest, but I have goals in 2022. Awesome. I'm nervous about getting the business aspect. Okay, we'll talk about that. One of the things that I I feel personally proud of is what a few of you have mentioned, is that I have uh, nailed the art of coaching as well as how to be a profitable coach. And part of that is my history prior to becoming a coach. I worked in real estate and in public relations. Both of those fields, I think, positioned me well to understand how to sell things. And so at the university, we actually have just added some business training that I will talk about. And I definitely, in addition to the university curriculum training, we have business masterminds where we feel very passionate about helping entrepreneurs scale to their first six figures. And then once they graduate from that, go on to make their first seven figures. Super, super proud of that. All right. So a coach is really a partner in success. There are many different niches under the life coaching umbrella, but a life coach is someone who helps someone else get what they want. And so clients come to us with all sorts of issues. You've seen in the chat already, there are people who want to be an addiction coach and people who want to work with young girls. And fortunately, there is a coach for every problem. And so coaching is less about the therapy modality, which is healing wounds. And of course, there are many, many, many kinds of therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, ACT therapy, all those things. Coaching is more about getting access to the obstacles consciously and subconsciously and energetically, and helping a client move forward towards a goal. Whoops. Something else you'll see with me is you don't have to do things perfectly. You really don't. So if you've always wondered what it's like to make a lasting difference in people's lives, be a happiness expert, although that's the tip of the iceberg, okay? Help ease suffering, create legacies that change the world. I think this is where the university focus is really beautiful, is that we help our coaches see things through a DEI lens and create social change as well. So this is for you if you want to help serve the world and make a fantastic living, what we were just talking about. So here's some stats. The life coaching industry is estimated as a $2 billion industry by Forbes. And there are truly, on record, only about 53,000 coaches registered worldwide. So it is truly a myth that the industry is saturated. When people say that to me, I get a little hot under the collar because I'm thinking, like, how many real estate agents are there? How many insurance agents are there? How many teachers? How many doctors? Are you kidding me right now? There's only 53,000 registered coaches worldwide, even though it may seem like there's one on every block. There's really not. And not only that, there aren't that many who are all in and taking it seriously as a real profession. So being a life coach is deeply rewarding, and it's a growing field. And being a coach entrepreneur means that you get to create your own wealth. Now, I recognize that there are plenty of people who maybe just want to sign up for their own personal development, or people who, I'm trying to get my lighting right. The problem with my office is that I'm surrounded by windows. So depending on the time of day, I'm like constantly moving. You see how the light changed when I just moved over a little bit? I'm constantly like hiding from the sun. And not everybody, some of you may want to bring a coaching certification into the job that you already have, whether it's teaching, coaching sports, maybe you're a therapist and you want to integrate some coaching strategies into the work that you do, whatever that might be. You might be an HR professional. And so you're not really concerned about the building wealth part of it. But if you want to do this as an entrepreneurial endeavor, you're in the right place. Some of the perks that make becoming a life coach a great decision are you can train and develop everything you need from a home office. So this home office has been the birthing place of everything in my multi-million dollar company for the past 14 years. It has been a great delight to be able to work from home and do this like this. You get to determine your own hours. So there are some coaches who work part-time, some coaches who work full-time. You get to do this when you want to be booked. And it also, something that is so dear to my heart is that this business is an amazing platform for creatives. So I'm someone who loves to write and loves to speak and do all those things, and it's fantastic. I have this little room is if I swing this over here, my podcasting mic, it turns into my own radio show. And tomorrow, my videographer Brandon's coming over to film the TV show, and blogging, and we've created our own magazines. You really can use your creativity to make this fun and make this a platform for bigger things. It's also, I mentioned this already, a way to use tools for your own personal life or current profession. And it's also an opportunity, once you get the basics, to create your own content and become a thought leader in the industry. So I'm going to stop my screen share real quick and just see what comments are coming in. Oh, thank you, Shannon. Okay. I think I can go back, but if you have questions popping up, feel free to ask them. So, some of you have already answered this question. And if you're considering training, here are some signs that life coaching might be a great career for you. So, after I mentioned I've trained thousands of coaches, these are the qualities that I notice make effective and profitable coach leaders. Empathy. If you're empathetic, let me know in the chat. I was just talking about this with my son, Ryan, because he was saying he had just learned what an empath is. And I was like, yeah, I work with them every day. I am one. Empathy makes you a fantastic coach and entrepreneur. If you're a good listener, if people like to tell you things, if you're the person that you're like, oh my God, I was just standing in line at the post office and this lady told me her life story. There's a reason why. They don't do that to everybody. If you're creative people make great coaches and entrepreneurs. If you're a problem solver, this is a good sign. If you have what I call a palms up, a servant's heart, that you want to be of service, you want to help, versus a palms down attitude, meaning how can I serve versus what can I take? What can I get? Now, I want you to get paid, right? But this is more of an attitude that's more of like, how can I contribute? Okay, so why I created this. I created this university because after training thousands of people, I started to notice that with everything that happened in 2020, there was a real gap in the marketplace. I noticed that the coaching industry has predominantly been very white, very male, and quite frankly, too much spiritual whitewashing, if you will. And so I started to notice a rise within me to create something different and to create coaching tools and a training that would help life coaches understand differences and understand the human need for belonging. And after chatting with some diversity and inclusion specialists, recognizing that wouldn't it be amazing to create a life coaching program through the lens of a DEI perspective. And I'll show you the kaleidoscope that we've created here shortly, meaning, wouldn't it be amazing to truly meet people where they are instead of oppressing them with our tools that were created mostly by white guys? And after thinking about it for a hot minute, I decided that I certainly have the tools and resources and network to create a faculty that would just really make an impact on the world. And the ripple effect of having some of the smartest, most diverse faculty members around, that effect on the coaching industry, and then that effect on the world, kept me up at night. And I'm going to tear up thinking about it. I remember I was laying there in my bed thinking, like, I don't have time to create this. And the voice I heard back was, you don't have the luxury not to. Get up. And I was like, okay, here we go. And therefore, we have spent months creating something we're really proud of, and we're continuing to refine it. And I'll share with you what we've got so far. Thank you, Jenny. Shannon says, I'm a former foster youth and first gen grad who advises students in higher ed and leads a team of advisors. Yes to being empathetic and active listener and being solution oriented. I'm so grateful for you being here. And okay, we will get to some of these questions. I love that the questions are lighting up. And if you're interested in the DEI focus, let me know why. All right. So this is how, right, we're a little different than other life coach training programs, because our mission is to create coaches who are able to understand and work with a diverse population and create social change in the world. That is really our mission. And so our curriculum reflects that. So this is just a very basic overview of our curriculum, which is obviously there are introductory classes about, like, what does it mean to be an excellent coach, and coaching ethics, and coaching fundamentals, which is like clinical skills, how to listen, how to facilitate a coaching session, the differences between coaching and teaching and consulting, because there is a difference. And, all that basic stuff. But then we have a very robust DEI curriculum, which is working with clients who've experienced racism, people who are part of our LGBTQIA plus community, people who are differently abled, people who have experienced through their lives a lot of things that maybe you have never experienced in your life, and how to deal with that. And then, of course, coaching tools for coaching excellence, real world coaching practice. So our coach mentoring track is very robust, and you will be led and observed by some amazing master coaches. And then we also, of course, help you apply what you've learned into the world. So how to get clients and all those things. And I'll talk about that here in a second. So the curriculum is divided into these things. There is a schedule for 6 months of live master trainings with myself and the faculty. Then there are separate classes that are small group coach mentoring classes, where you're put in a smaller group and you are taught tools and then observed practicing those tools. We also have an online learning classroom with a library of fresh, newly created videos from our faculty on everything from the DEI training to all of the coaching tools that you're going to learn. There's a complimentary video for most of those, coaching ethics and coaching philosophy. And then we get to business training. This is freshly added. We have an 8-week business training curriculum that we have added because we want to make sure that our university students have the basics on how to create and run a business. And then there, of course, is coaching certification that is included in your price. There's a certification process. Now, these are some of the live master classes with myself and faculty members that you will experience. How to coach. So we teach you the university's coaching framework. We teach you clinical skills, how to create a safe space, active listening, communication techniques. We teach you how to ask powerful questions to access what's happening with the client and overcome obstacles. We have created something called the university's thought body energy model, which I'm very proud of. Most of coaching deals with the conscious mind, so 5% of our mind. And we've created a process that's conscious, subconscious, and accesses the wisdom of the body. There's also classes on weaving social change, transformation, and social justice into your coaching practice, the wisdom of the body, bringing self-compassion techniques into conscious thought work. So that's really, we train our coaches on how not to just use thought work as a formula, but to bring self-compassion into it so that it's not an oppressive tool. We also teach you techniques on how to overcome obstacles. So there's a really cool tool that I developed about cultural rules and origins, and then those fears triggered within your clients and how to overcome that. Helping your clients create big visions and go after those, how to create the vision and then chart the goals, coaching ethics, affirming language for the trans community, gender rules and freedom, and more. I'm going to pause really quickly and see what comments are coming up. Chelsea says, no, Sherry, these aren't just applying to the US. Okay. Chelsea says, I'm scared, unsure, and that while imposter syndrome is there, I can't not do it. Yeah. Oh, you must be referring to what I was talking about why I'm doing this. Tammy says, help people feel better about themselves. Okay. All right. All right. We keep adding to this list of master classes, FYI. So there will be probably a number of bonus classes that we offer. Then I mentioned the small group mentoring. So when you get in your smaller pods, the coaches there will work with you on, right? Because you can go to a class and go, that makes sense. I like that. But it's really in the application that you learn how to do it. And so in the mentoring classes, our master coaches will go through the coaching framework, powerful questions, the thought body energy model, all those things, and then help you practice those and get experience using them. This is a little bit about the online learning classroom, some of the videos that are in there. I typically will assign those for you to watch either before or after class to prepare or to do homework. This is our diversity continuum. So we've created 8 DEI training videos, and then there will be live DEI classes, but this is our diversities continuum that basically helps you assess where you yourself and your client are on this continuum. Like, are they apathetic? Are they in apathy about it? Or are they all ready to activism and everything in between, and what that means? And so we're actually really, really proud of this, and it can't wait for our students to experience it. And then for business training, this is just a really basic overview of, you know, who are you as a coach? What's the problem you're solving? Why should people hire you? And then how to set up your practice and create your first signature offer and understand how to sell that. So it's like setting up shop. Who are you? Who's your client? How to reach them. And we've had a lot of great success. In addition to training coaches since almost the beginning, I have been teaching coaches how to make money since the very beginning. I think sometimes what happens is coaches come into this work from a helping profession and have never had to create their own paycheck. And I have the benefit of being an entrepreneur prior to this work. And so I take great pleasure in helping coach entrepreneurs make money. All right, certification requirements. So we require that you attend at least 18 of the live classes, that you complete 25 hours of practice coaching, that you submit a coaching recording to us and we'll review it and give you feedback. And then once you graduate, we will certify you, give you a diploma, give you stuff to put on your website, put you in the coaching directory, that sort of thing. This is our kaleidoscope coaching model, and all of our tools fit within this kaleidoscope. And so basically what we help our coaches understand is how to gain context about who is this client, where are they coming from, and then help the client gain clarity and then get into action with their considerations, make commitments to their goals and dreams, and then celebrate what they've created. I've already gone through our diversity continuum. And then one of the questions that we get a lot is, how will our students be supported? And let's introduce the faculty, okay? So Erica Hines, she's the founder of Every Level Leads. She is a former attorney. She has a BA in political science. She has basically spent her career in diversity and inclusion work, and she is the DEI consultant for my company, and she is also on the faculty here. Smart, amazing leader to learn from. This is Patty Rantapaz. She's the head coach for my company. She's a master certified coach. She's a business coach. She is known as the accountability coach for my masterminds. She will be leading a lot of the coach mentoring pods. This is Larissa Zazula, who is also a certified coach through me and the Life Coach School. And she is, whereas Patty is sort of like the velvet whip, Larissa is the high empath. She is amazing. Make a Ward. She is a clinical assistant professor and faculty head of African and African American studies at Arizona State University. She is one of the most amazing instructors I've had the benefit of learning from, and she will be teaching people how to weave transformation and social justice into their coaching practice. Anna Verzoni, she's a master certified life coach. She has a podcast called the Rebel Buddhist Podcast. She's amazing as well. She also has, just so you know, a PhD. Chrissy Ball, she will be teaching confidence, coaching confidence. And she is a Hollywood stunt woman and certified life coach. So she's been in like Dune, X-Men. Like, how cool that we have a stunt woman on the faculty. Lachelle Wooten. Lachelle Wooten is an instructor at Columbia and a life coach and a powerhouse. And she will be teaching on visioning and helping your clients dream. Ray McDaniel. So she is a therapist, and she will be heading up the LGBTQIA plus diversity discussions. An amazing woman. Dr. Elisa Roberts. She is a PhD, a master certified bear coach, and her undergrad is in sociology. Another amazing coach, Nicole Iacovoni. She will be doing multiple classes. She is a financial therapist. She's a psychotherapist. She's a coach. She has a master's in clinical social work. I'm so excited about having her on the faculty. Mo Carrick. So Mo is amazing, and she is a DEI consultant as well. She will be she will be handling the white ladies. So she she will be helping us white women understand our biases, and I love her. So I'm going to pause again and see what questions are coming in, and then I'm going to go through everything that you get. Oh, so Donnie wants to know how much time it takes to become a coach. 6 months, and I will get to the pricing here in a second. Most of these are such good questions, but I think I need to get through my slides because I answer them in these slides. All right. And then I have plenty of time at the end to answer more questions. Okay, so it's a 6-month program. We've kind of front loaded it with everything that you need to get certified. You'll definitely have so that you can get certified in those 6 months. And then if I mentioned that I keep adding, anything that's added would be bonus material or bonus live classes, and not necessarily that you would have to have that class for certification. So there are 2 live master classes a month on the curriculum side, and then 12 recorded videos. And then you have your 12 small group live coaching classes, coach mentoring classes. Then 8 DEI videos. And, you know, we've basically organized it so that there's, in essence, 24 live classes plus, and then all the videos within the learning site. And in addition, we send you, we have a welcome kit. Y'all know I love my swag and boxes. And we also give you, with Patty, a what's next career planning session to just help you understand how to best move forward with your certification, whether that's using it in your current business or creating a whole new business. We give you a pretty robust online, it's called a coaching packet here. Y'all, it's not a packet. It's a whole treasure chest of everything you need, like how to onboard a client intake forms, session guidelines, all that stuff. So here it all is on one screen. 6 months of classes, videos, small group, cohort, the welcome kit. What do we not give you? I mean, come on. It is, and you know what's not on the screen is the additional 8-week business training. That the slide hasn't been updated because I forgot to tell my Hallelujah. Her name's Holly. We call her Hallelujah. So it is a one-stop shop, and the investment is $9,997. You can apply now using this link. We have payment plans available. So when you go to that link, you can click one payment or choose a payment plan option. And then once you click on that, so you're like, I want to pay in full, or I want to make a deposit today, and then I'll choose 4 months or 9 months. I'm sorry, 4 payments or 9 payments. The screen looks like this to fill out all of your information. And then once you make application, then one of our team members will be in touch quickly to just make sure it's a good fit. And let's talk about questions. Let's chat, shall we? You see me dodging the sun? All right, so I'm happy to cover anything that I missed. Okay. So Mallory put in the chat the direct application link, and let's go to some of these questions. So Shannon says your program is super attractive due to your integration of DEI. No other program has that. Do you have future plans to get ICF accreditation? Yes, we're actually in the process. So our curriculum consultants have experience with that, and we will be ICF certified. And Donnie, I did answer, it takes 6 months. It also depends on how long it takes you to get your certification requirements done. But if we will pace you, and if you're working all along to accumulate those 25 coaching hours, then it should just take you 6 months, but it takes some people longer. All right. How many hours a day do you imagine we'll need to commit? Good question, Sonia. By the way, Sonia, I have your manuscript on my desk. So I would say if you budget about 3 hours a week, 2 to 3 hours a week, because you have class time, right? Like we've really done a great job of pacing it. So on the weeks that you have me or a different faculty member, then you would have your coach mentoring call the next week. But I would say if you budget a few hours a week to attend class and then do the homework, you should be just fine. And you know how that is. Like if you're super into it and you like want to read extra things or practice extra, it depends. Some people work faster than others. Ms. Mallory. Donnie says, maybe you answered this, but I'm a guy. Is that a problem? No, it's not a problem. I actually haven't announced this anywhere else, but my son is going to be in this first training program. He is only 22 years old, and he is a residential realtor and a senior in college, and he sells real estate full time. And oh boy, Ryan Hyatt is going to be in the training, which should be, I'm actually super thrilled because if there are any parents watching, you know how difficult it is to get your kids to hear things from you. Have you ever had the experience where like you've told your child something 1,000 times and they're like, yeah. And then some random person says it and they're like, oh my God. You're like, who's been saying that? Me. And my children grew up with a life coach as a mom. And so they can be a little side eye, like, please stop coaching me. Even if you're just saying like, put your napkin on your lap, quit coaching me. I'm like, I'm not coaching you. This is something any mother would say, right? And so for this to come so full circle that he came to me and said, what do I need to do to become a coach? What? And much less take the training from his mom. I'm like, okay, we're going to do this damn thing. Jackie, he is hilarious. And I have a feeling the most hilarious moments will be in the coach mentoring circles. So whoever ends up in the coach mentoring class with Ryan, oh boy. Yeah, Sonia, your daughter does it all the time. Cora Hyatt doesn't know yet that her brother's taking this training. So it should be, when she finds out, it should be hilarious. So it is not a problem to have men. I've actually been getting that question quite a lot lately. It's probably one of my first offers that can be absolutely co-ed. So I absolutely welcome men and people who identify as men into the program. Do the cohort coaching groups extend past the 6 months? So the formal coach mentoring will happen within that 6 months. May. So that's all within the same 6 months. Now, what typically happens though is that coaching groups love each other and they want to keep going. But in terms of having one of our coaches lead it, it's within the 6 months. Ms. Mallory, what questions have I missed, or what questions were emailed into you prior to the webinar?
So
Whoops. Hang on, Mallory. For some reason, I heard you, and now I can't hear you.
You there?
Why am I hearing you through my mic?
I have no idea.
Hang on just a second. Have y'all been hearing me through my mic the whole time?
Oh my gosh. I have my podcast mic plugged in this whole time.
I was going to message you because I noticed on the morning one too, the audio was just like a little lower than normal. I was curious what was going on there. But I didn't want to call.
Have y'all been able to hear me okay?
Yeah, you've been fine. It's just been a little different than it normally is.
I'm normally this loud, y'all. Okay, go ahead, Mallory.
So I think we just need to emphasize, like, when do classes start and what does the process of applying look like versus just straight out going online and giving us your money?
Oh, sure. So classes start January 26th. So we have a couple weeks till classes start. Classes are on Tuesdays at noon Central Time for the live master classes. And then for the coach mentoring circles, you can choose for your group to be on a Tuesday group or a Wednesday group. So there is an option to choose your day on the coach mentoring pods. And oh, thank you, Eli. Eli says, I heard you very well. That just shows what a big mouth I've got because my mic is all the way over there. And what it looks like for the application is a very simple application. And what we're just looking for is, just to make sure that this is a good fit. And so when you apply, we'll take a look at it. We'll get back to you really quickly, especially, we always do, but especially because class starts in a couple weeks. And you'll probably get paired up to have a quick 20-30 minute chat with Patty. And then away we go.
Something I notice on comments on ads and things like that is one of the fears people have is like they become a coach, but then they don't know how to like get clients afterwards, things like that. So how do we prepare them outside like the traditional training to really succeed? And is it like you just get your 6-month training and then you're done with us, or what opportunities are there to grow?
Bye. No, that's why we're so proud of the university umbrella, because in addition to training you on the art of coaching, what we also have included is an 8-week mastermind. And so we teach you the basics of how to get clients and how to charge and how to get set up and all those things. And I do think that that is traditionally another thing, in addition to the DEI focus. The other thing that I think is missing from most coach training programs is that most people who come into life coaching, as I mentioned before, haven't ever had to get their own business. And in the life coaching space, there is a lot of different ways that you can attract clients and build your business. So it's not a cookie cutter recommendation that we have. And I'm absolutely delighted about what we've created in terms of the best ways to support new coach entrepreneurs or coach entrepreneurs who've been at this for a while, who haven't successfully been able to make it into a business. I think that we have a solid combination of practical real world business practices with how to do this online, how to, it's like the wild, wild west out there, y'all. And, I've built a business completely offline in the beginning, in the real world. And then when they started letting old people on the Facebook, I learned how to use social media as a marketing vehicle. And beyond that, Facebook ads, sales funnels, all those things that seem so mysterious. We really have a big team who knows how to do and teach all that stuff.
I've noticed a lot of people commenting like their different focuses and like kind of what they're looking at. And does ULCT like help people kind of discover who they might want to work with or what their specialty in coaching should be?
Yeah. So here's the thing, is that the coaching tools that you're going to learn can be used with any niche. We will help you narrow and name what you're most interested in. It's my personal opinion, after coaching thousands of coaches and entrepreneurs, that it is an impossibility at the beginning of the path to know everything you need to know and make that decision right now. And so the answers are along the path while you're walking. And so a lot of coaches will stand at the beginning of the path and go, well, I can't start walking until I know. And that's backwards. You're not going to know because the answers are on the path. So get to walking and let's collect all those clues and information as we go through this training. And then once you get some coaching under your belt, then we can talk about what specialty, what niche you want to focus on.
And I know we get this question a lot. I haven't seen it in the comments here, but once they become a certified life coach, will they be able to work with ULCT to become a master certified or continue education?
Absolutely. So we will be offering a master certification, master level certification. Of course, you have to become certified as a ULCT undergrad first. And you must go through our university undergrad certification to qualify to be part of the master certified, just because our training is so different. So you can't just hop to the master certification because we want to make sure you have that DEI nailed.
Those are really all the questions like that we typically get. Oh, Cindy just came in with one actually.
Okay.
Realistically, how any client can come when we will learn. Oh, wait, hold on here.
How many clients can you have? How to fire clients and who's not a good fit, right? Did I just snort? I did. How to fire clients, girl. Have I got your back on that? Yes. Everyone's capacity for their coaching roster is different. I can remember as a brand new coach, this is a good story to tell. So when I was a brand new coach, I was so on fire about it because I had experienced so much change in my own self, in my own life. I was so on fire, I still am, to spread the news, and to coach other women. And what I noticed as a brand new coach was that, let's say I had 2 or 3 coaching sessions in the day. By the end of the day, I felt like I had been run over by a 18-wheeler, a Mack truck. And I thought something was wrong with me. Like, maybe this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing if I feel so depleted by the end of the day. And I remember Martha Beck, who trained me, she was like, it sounds like you don't have great emotional or energetic boundaries around what's happening in the session. So I was very much becoming exhausted by the emotions that my clients were bringing to the session. And by learning a couple of techniques about how not to do that, I was able to make space on my calendar for more sessions than just 2 or 3 is my point. And so depending on the kind of coaching that you do, so your coaching niche and your capacity to handle and have boundaries around strong emotion and issues, that's going to depend on how many clients you can realistically have. Over the years, I have really built up my capacity to handle. I choose not to, but I could probably have 8 to 10 sessions in a day. I'm not going to do that. Okay. But I could and feel pretty fine. So that we help you make the decision of like what looks like your capacity level for coaching. And should you experience, you actually are going to have a class with Nicole Iacovoni on how to deal with challenging clients. And part of that may be you may find yourself, it doesn't happen too often because we help you screen in the application onboarding process who's an ideal client for you. We teach you how to determine that and discern that. Sometimes though, you think, wow, this is my ideal client, and you get into it and they're not for a variety of reasons. Either it's not the kind of coaching you want to be doing, or you need to refer them out to a different healing modality like therapy, or you may need to, there's someone who doesn't honor boundaries. There's someone who doesn't pay their bills. You know, there could be a whole host of reasons why you would choose to no longer coach someone. And we, of course, will teach you how to do that with integrity. You know, there have been a variety of reasons over the years why I've chosen not to work with someone. And it's typically if they're just not up for the work, or they are uncomfortable with policies or procedures, or, you know, there's a lot of reasons why you may choose to not want to work with someone, and that's okay. That doesn't mean they're a bad person. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means it's not a good fit, and it's better for everyone if that determination is made and they're released to go find the kind of help that they actually need, which is not with you. And that's all right. I could talk about that stuff forever. Hi, Chelsea. Chelsea says, I'm so glad you said that. That's the main reason I've never really gone after this before. Which part? Which part? Jackie nominating herself to be in Ryan's group. There was another, I think we might have a couple of men joining. There's another person that has been talking with us. I can't think of who it is now though, but I would be delighted to see lots of guys in my group. Oh, taking on the weight of clients' problems. Yeah, so this will date me, but do you know the 38 Special song, Hold On Loosely? You can all go listen to some classic rock later. That's the song that comes to mind when I think about holding safe space for clients and showing up fully in your energy and meeting them where they are. It's not jumping into their terrible story about what's happening, right? Because that's all of the mind. Most of it's not even true, right? So it's like not jumping into their emotional drama. You're the help, right? So it's a skill we will teach you on how to be present and create safe space, but remain the help and not you emotionally dive into that. Because if you dive into that emotionally, you're no longer of help. You're no longer an objective party. And it is a beautiful skill to learn. So I'm able to sit and listen to really difficult circumstances that are happening in clients' lives and not feel responsible or take ownership of those emotions. And I do my best work that way. Whereas, do I sometimes worry about clients? Sure. Like if something dramatic is happening, I mean, we're empathetic human people, but it is possible to be fully present, have difficult conversations, and not take ownership of those. Do graduates organize for profit, or what is the benefit of each? So yeah, I have plenty of people, coaches I've trained before who are for profit like me and who organize nonprofits. And it's just a totally different endeavor, organizing a not-for-profit organization. It's like a, and that would be like a whole separate conversation, like the pros and cons of each. But I would say 99.99% of people in coach training are not organizing not-for-profits. Who wants to organize a nonprofit organization also is Ryan Hyatt. So my child, will you offer the training again? So yeah, we're going to offer the training a few times a year. I think the next round would begin in July. Okay, so someone asked, I won't name you because you're nervous about it. Are the courses graded or pass fail? So they are not graded. So you basically are not graded at all in our training program. Your certification is pass fail. And if you fail, it's not a fail. It's more of like an invitation to polish up on certain coaching skills and come back to us, with another coaching sample. So we are not testing people, after each class, like a college, if you will. So the only way you can fail coach training really is if you have no understanding of the tool. It becomes apparent to us. So the coach training programs that I've had to date is BEAR certification, which is BEAR is the book that I wrote and published a couple of years ago. And so I have certified and master certified coaches in that methodology. And the only time that we've ever, sent someone back is if in their coaching sample, they demonstrate a lack of understanding of the tools. But you have the benefit of going through these coach mentoring circles where if you show up and practice, we will help you. We will help you. Fail, first attempt in learning. Exactly. Emily Lindsley asked on Facebook when classes are. Classes are starting January 26th on Tuesdays at 12 noon Central Time. And then your coaching mentoring circles, you get to choose if yours are going to be on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Yes. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody's time and attention. And if you have any residual questions, feel free to reach out, support@shyatt.com. And Mallory, post the link again. Feel free to apply and have a conversation and see if it's a good fit. And we have class starting in a couple of weeks. So I hope you'll be part of the inaugural group. And I appreciate everybody so much. And have a great day. Thank you. Bye. Thank you so much, Mallory, for your help today. All right.